Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Sarasota County, Sarah, for inviting me here to speak today. What we're going to chat about for a few minutes is bringing everyone up to speed on where our current trends are currently in the green and sustainable built environment. As you know, Sarasota's been a leader in sustainability for quite a few years and is still on the cusp and leading edge, not only here in the state, but eyes are on Sarasota County nationally as well, and I'll share some of that information with you. Currently, statistics that we've been able to assemble, we've got over 41,000 green certified residences here in Florida. That is encompassed in a number of the different certification programs, both single family and multifamily. Some of the programs that most of you are pretty familiar with, I just wanted to touch base and kind of show you where the trends have gone in the past few years, and there's kind of been a market shift in certification programs. The first one here in Florida was the Florida Green Building Coalition. It was the leader for quite a few years here in Florida, with now over 16,000, almost pushing 17,000 units being certified. That program is still really tracking really well. It's diversified and doing some commercial and doing a lot of multifamily work as well. But we've seen a little trend over since 2008. The shift has been a little bit more toward the national programs. People and builders, we're getting more national builders building here in Florida, and they want a program that they can use not only here in Florida but also nationally. So they can take the same program and sort of rubber stamp it across their developments across the country. So hence 2008, the National Green Building Standard called NGBS was put together. And it has grown significantly here in the marketplace in Florida over probably the past 3 or 4 years. A lot of that has to do with some of the financing programs that are available and then its interest in multifamily, and I'll touch base a little bit more on that in a few minutes. LEED certification, there again, has grown quite a bit here in Florida. We see a lot of it mainly on the custom home end and also on the multifamily side. There's not a whole lot of production or single-family affordable homes that are going in through the LEED program. Energy Star has really also, it dropped off for a few years. It's now picking back up again with the interest of some of the certification programs. It's now become a little more mainstream. HERS indexes, the other item on our list, has really grown significantly in the past few years. I would say, I know every builder and every home that we certify gets a HERS index at a very minimum as far as a certification. And that program, for those who are not familiar, that's we call the miles per gallon energy calculator or denominator, so to speak, for your home. So it measures your energy efficiency of the home. And the lower the score, the more efficient your home is. And when you've heard of a zero energy home, that's a home that has a HERS index of 0 or below. Who's certifying green? As I kind of mentioned, we're seeing it both in the affordable, the production, multifamily, custom, and developments. Development certification has really grown quite a bit in the past few years, and I'll kind of get into each one of these a little bit more in detail. Affordable homes, typically we're seeing pretty much either FGBC, the Florida Green Building Standard, or NGBS here in Florida. A lot of that has to do with, they're two of the most affordable programs to administer throughout the state, as well as many of the financing programs, the Fannie Mae, the HUD, those programs all tie to those certification programs very well. So it becomes kind of the go-to program for the different certifications. Habitat for Humanity, pretty much all the habitats here in Florida are all certifying to the Florida Green Building Coalition standards. As I had mentioned, HUD housing, most of them are going either Florida Green Building or they're going through the National Green Building Standard. And most of the affordable product, again, is first-time home buyers. So most of those folks really are cognizant of the fact that they want sustainability, and that's kind of the way we're seeing a lot of this being forced into the marketplace. Production homes, kind of the same as the affordable, mostly NGBS and FGBC as the programs of choice. Energy Star, with some of the production builders, has become the norm. They figured out an easy way to do it and make it make sense and add that extra value to the home buyer. Multifamily has really picked up with regard to certifications in the past 3 or 4 years, and mainly because of the financing programs available to them. The HUD and the Fannie Mae programs allow for reduced interest rates for large developers doing multifamily, so that has become a huge thrust in that arena. And what developers have now figured out, not only are they getting that benefit, but they're getting the benefit of having waiting lists and waiting lines of tenants wanting to get into their buildings as soon as they're done, because they understand that they're going to have extremely low utility bills, that they're going to have a healthier environment, that they got car chargers in their garages, things of that nature. So it's become a real thrust. We see it quite often because we've got a couple projects where we have an ongoing 10-year testing, so to speak. So every year we go in and we test another 10% of the units to make sure they're in compliance. So we're seeing, and we get to talk to the tenants. So it's real fun to be able to go in and find out, yeah, we love it. We won't move. We're not moving. We're staying because we enjoy the low $50 utility bills. We're enjoying the healthy environment. We like the landscaping. So it's working out really well on the multifamily side. Custom homes, for the most part, we see the National Green Building Standard being used and/or LEED. If we do LEED, it's typically Energy Star and Indoor Air Plus as well. It just all combines and fits together real well. But on the custom market side, those folks can afford a little bit more of a costly program to work through, and so that choice typically ends up going toward LEED. And also those folks want that national credibility. They want that national recognition. A lot of folks, for good or bad reasons, some of them want the certification more for cocktail talk than actually what it actually does for them. They also understand, though, the appraisal value reduction. We see anywhere from an 8 to 15% decrease in different markets, or increase, I'm sorry, in their appraisal value based on having the certifications. As long as the realtors put the information in properly, it works. Developments, we're doing a lot of developments. They're springing up here in Florida. You'll hear Babcock Ranch is getting totally certified to FGBC. Lakewood Ranch is FGBC. We've got a couple projects, Alton on the other side of the state, that's going through National Green Building Standards. Fishhawk is National Green Building Standards. So the developers are they're now certifying, they may not do the homes, but they're certifying all the property. So they're doing the horizontal development, making sure the plants are right, the trees are right, the landscaping's in correctly, using the right treatments for pest control and so forth. So they've understood the appeal. I mean, Lakewood Ranch is in the top 5 largest communities in the country, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's green. Market trends, we're seeing a real increase in the interest. Homeowners are now starting, or home buyers are asking for it. They're understanding it. It's taken a long time to educate the realtor market and the sales staff and the models, but the developments and the builders that are doing the program understand it, and they're actually knowing how to sell it to the home buyers. They understand the extra national credibility of having a national program. There's a lot more marketing advantage with the national program because they have a lot more money to spend. They have a lot more money to share with their builder clients across the country. And also the increased appraisal values. That's become a real plus to the whole process. And of course, Sarasota still continues to lead the way here, and not, like I said, not only Florida, but nationally with regard to its footprint with regard to green. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to chat today, and I'll answer any questions after our next speaker. Thank you.